So I had a vision of converting my 36-inch Blackstone from a freestanding propane griddle into a built-in natural gas griddle. So what happened was our new home came with a built-in natural gas grill, but I had just purchased my Blackstone a few months ago. So my initial thought is that it would be great to have the Blackstone in its place and convert it to a built-in natural gas griddle so I don't have to worry about propane anymore. Now, I researched the grill that came with the house, and it looks like they run about $3,000. So you may ask, why would I want to replace a $3,000 built-in grill with a $500 Blackstone? Well, because I just got the Blackstone a few months ago after doing tons of research, and I love it. So you may ask, why don't you just keep both? And the answer is, I don't want to clutter my backyard with grills and griddles. Plus, you know what? I prefer the Blackstone. I prefer to griddle. Now, let me start off by saying I have zero experience with this sort of thing. I mean, Lowe's offered free assembly and delivery, and I took it. I had no interest in assembling the Blackstone griddle. And I've also never worked with natural gas before. But you know what? This is my vision. I want to do it. And how hard can it be? Now, the first thing I did was make sure that the natural gas conversion kit from Blackstone was compatible with my specific model, because it does matter. Now, the conversion kit does come with all these little orifices and a gas line and wind guards, and the whole thing seemed daunting to me. I really wasn't looking forward to this part. However, once I opened the box and read the instructions, I realized that all I really needed to do was replace 4 orifices and connect the new gas line. I'm not really sure I like the word orifices. Anyway, so first things first, I really just needed to unscrew the 4 burners and put them to the side so I can access the orifices. Then just unscrew the old orifices and put the new ones in. Now, I did a lot of research and watched some videos on how to unscrew and replace the orifices, and it seemed like a lot of people had trouble loosening them, like they were too tight. Mine wasn't very difficult to unscrew, but because of all that research, I assumed they needed to be really tight, and I actually broke one of the orifices when tightening it, which I thought was like the end of my project. Luckily, it came with a couple of extras, and I was able to remove the piece of the orifice with some needle nose pliers. Now, aside from that hiccup, it was surprisingly easy. One at a time, I just unscrewed the burner, put it to the side, took out the old orifice, and replaced it with the new one. Now, I also put thread sealant on each of the orifices before screwing them in, which was recommended by the instructions, and I got a specific type that was heat resistant and could work with natural gas. And then I unscrewed all of the legs so that I was just left with the Blackstone griddle itself, and the entire base was scrapped. Now, initially I was just going to prop it up on some bricks, but I really wanted to see if I can get some legs underneath it. So I took the Blackstone user manual and actually uploaded it to ChatGPT to ask it what type of screws go in the holes for the legs. So those screw holes ended up being an M6, and I was looking for legs to hold up the Blackstone, but all of the ones I was finding weren't quite right. And I ended up with these legs that said they were heavy duty, but once I installed them, I didn't feel comfortable with it. So I researched further and realized that I could convert the M6 screw hole to the M8, and I bought these heavy-duty metal legs and screwed the M8 side into the legs and the M6 side into the Blackstone. Now I had some real sturdy legs to hold this up. And they're almost perfect. Really, the only issue was that there were these slight gaps in the legs, and I was concerned that food or grease may fall into it, so I just got some JB Weld Extreme Heat metallic putty, and I filled in the empty holes, and they dried up, and it looks pretty good. I may try and make it look a little bit better or even paint the legs, but for now it's acceptable. And that's it. I proceeded to put the Blackstone in its place and connect the natural gas line. I used the same thread sealant on the gas lines, and I made sure to test the gas to make sure that there was no leaks, because that's really important. I did not end up using the wind guards. And that's it. I turned on the gas, fired it up, and it works perfectly, even better than the propane. I feel like the flame is more even with the natural gas. And I don't have to worry about filling up a propane tank. And that's it. Here's the finished product. Now let's make some smash burgers. Okay, no putting beers on the surface, guys. I'm so happy this project turned out exactly the way I envisioned it. The only problem is my Blackstone cover is way too big. Anyway,
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this.
and again, thank you so much for watching.